You are tuning in to Fabulous and Fortunate, a Monáe's Musings production. How do you wake up? Do you wake up with a blaring alarm, or are you gently arisen by natural causes, by a beautiful melody, or something that makes you want to start the day? I think it's so important that we start our day not only on a positive note, but on a calm note, because how we start our day is truly how the rest of our day goes. Hi, welcome back. My name is Amayah Monáe, and this is Fabulous and Fortunate, the podcast. If you're new here, hi, welcome. We talk about play, abundance, fortunateness, and other things that entail making peace with the thorns of the roses of life. This is a podcast where we celebrate our wins, uplift each other, and tune in to a cozy, comfortable, and safe space talking about abundance and really what that means in terms of all areas of our life. And if you're joining me again, welcome back. I am so glad to have you here. So let's get into this episode. Today, I really wanted to briefly talk about our relationship with mornings, with risings, and why that's important. Think about it. Think about how you woke up today. Do you even know? Did you wake up in a way that made you happy or glad or at peace to be alive? Or were you jarringly awakened by an alarm, or by someone banging pots and pans together, or by something that just disrupted you? Because that affects everything. So, my personal take on this, I have not used an alarm clock to wake up in months. And the time that I do set an alarm is only if I went back to sleep and needed to get up for something. But there is nothing as peaceful as being able to wake up on your own accord when your body is ready. Now, granted, I do get up earlier, and I get up pretty early, probably around 5 a.m., depending on the day. I may or may not go back to sleep after I start my day and handle what I need to do. But I say this to say I've trained my body to get used to waking up in peace. I cannot remember the last time I woke up because someone pulled me out of my sleep before I was ready. And it's just not a good feeling. I think it's important to honor the act of rising, to honor the act of waking up. Because guess what? Some people did not wake up today, and if they did wake up, they didn't want to wake up. So I'm not trying to be one of those people who constantly reminds you of the fragility and beauty of life, but the reality is waking up is a blessing. It's a blessing to be able to see the sun again, to see the sky, or even it's a blessing to have the sun wake you up, to have sunshine on your face. So I think in rewriting our relationship with rising and waking up in the morning, I don't even like calling it morning. Like, I don't want to be one of those people that people online talk about, but I don't care. The word morning, MOURNING, that word, it's like taking you out of the word. Like, what are we mourning? And maybe that's looking into it too deep, but that's how I feel. So ever since I just started saying rise and shine, to everyone, I just noticed the lift in energy. Rise and shine, that means I'm getting up and I'm shining in the world. And I feel like if you tell yourself that every day when you wake up, or tell someone else that when they wake up, that is so iconic. Do we all remember? I'm sure some of us have seen it, but remember when Kylie Jenner went viral online for singing Rise and Shine to Stormy? Kylie Jenner is she's a billionaire. I was going to say multi-millionaire, but she's a billionaire, right? And I believe even this woman knows the importance of how we wake up. How we wake up is one of the most important parts of our day because that is really setting the basis and the tone for the rest of our day. And ever since I just started enjoying my life, it's been a beautiful oasis of love, harmony, and true joy. I cannot remember the last time I woke up in a jarring way. I believe that is so traumatic. Think about it. People are still healing today from the ways they were woken up as kids, with bells, with cold water, with someone cutting the lights on and yanking the covers off of them, with pots and pans clinking together, waking up with loud music blasting. Nobody wants to wake up like that. And I try to be truly mindful if I have the task of having to wake someone up. I truly try to do it in the most gentle way possible. I'm not going to yank the covers off of you. I'm not going to splash cold water on your face, right? I'm not going to do any of those jarring things. I'm going to gently wake you up. I'm probably going to shake you a little bit, prime you to re-enter reality. Because think about it, when you've been dreaming and asleep in these deep brainwave states that disconnect you from reality for hours at a time, don't you think that you need to be gently arisen? Like you're probably wanting to, process your dreams, or you probably want to give yourself minutes to be able to merge yourself back into reality, because Earth is completely different than the places and the spaces we go when we're dreaming. Think about it. The last time you had a very important dream, would you have wanted to be woken up in a jarring way with someone cutting the lights on, yanking covers off of you, or with a loud blaring alarm clock going off? Because you're probably going to forget the dream, or you're going to forget the most important parts of it. And I just believe that we all could benefit from being more loving to ourselves when we wake up. If you go to sleep with the TV on, the first thing when you wake up that you're hearing is the television, and you can't control what's on there unless it's like a pre-programmed thing. But I feel like you should even turn off the television before you go to sleep, because when you wake up, you're not able to control what you're seeing, and that's outside media that's seeping into your brain at the most crucial part of the day. Because there have been numerous studies that have shown that what you're thinking about and doing during the first 20 minutes after waking up is like the most important thing that your brain takes in, besides what your brain takes in right before you fall asleep. So imagine if you're waking up in love and you're feeling love and you're able to give yourself that time to adjust it back to reality. Wouldn't that be amazing? Isn't that amazing? To me, it really is. Waking up, honestly, is a sacred process. It's merging yourself back into the physical world. Why do we give babies time to do that? When a baby wakes up, we do not rush them. We actually want them to stay asleep longer. So we're like, you could take as much time as you wake up. But think about when babies wake up, they do the yawning and they start blinking their eyes open every few minutes. Like, when a baby's waking up. And if you don't, observe a baby the next time you're around them when they're asleep and notice how they wake up. They're not rushed. They give themselves time to adjust back to the physical world. It's a basic human biological response. We wake up very slowly and softly. And I think that as a society, what do you think would happen if we all honored that? I think that there would be a lot more joyful human beings, and I think that people would be kinder to each other, because that's kindness to yourself, giving yourself time to wake up, giving yourself time to adjust. So truly, the next time you're around a baby, notice how they wake up, and notice how we don't rush them. We don't shake them and say, hurry up, wake up faster. No, They take their time and we allow them to take their time. So why don't we give ourselves that sometime? Why do we rob ourselves at the right to rise in peace? So I briefly want to help you build your own rising routine. Just give you a few pointers. I could tell you my entire rising routine from start to finish, but I feel like it's more important that you build a routine that works for you, because how I wake up and what I do when I wake up might not be what's best for you and what you need. So I just want to give 3 pointers to building your own rising routine that I think that anyone can implement to build a routine in the morning that works for them and sets them on their day in a productive but joyous and calm way. So number 1, limit external media in the morning. The first moments of your day should be yours, not your phones, not social medias, and not the news. Give yourself the space to be with your thoughts before letting the rest of the world in. Oh my gosh, when I started doing this, I immediately felt the difference. Because once you allow the world in to your sacred time, like that's going to be on your mind. Or if you saw something traumatic online or you saw some terrible news, you're going to be thinking about that now. And you didn't even give yourself time to just be in your own little oasis of peace before the rest of the world pulled you out of that. Of course, we know that things are happening around us 24/7. It's honestly become like a 24/7 news cycle that we're living in, because even while we're asleep, our phone is updating and downloading things, and when we wake up we're seeing it, whether it's a message or whether it's a news article. So I've even had to turn off the notifications from the news articles, because when I wake up and if I happen to check my phone to see the time or whatever, I was seeing that and I was like, oh my gosh, like I didn't even get to really wake up and I already know what's going on halfway across the world. That's not normal. So limit external media in the morning and let at least the first 25 to 30 minutes be just for you. And you don't need to know what's going on in the world. Number 2, be thankful for another day. I know it sounds cliche and cheesy, but it's really not. Before anything else, gratitude. You woke up, you are here. That alone is enough to be grateful for. You have a fresh slate. You have another chance to start your life over every single time you wake up. Think about that. What happened yesterday didn't matter. You're living in a new vibration, a new day. Be thankful and give gratitude and thanks for that. And number 3, approach the day with optimism. What happened yesterday, it doesn't matter. Each day is a clean slate, a fresh start, and how you choose to approach it will shape everything that follows. And once I really realized this, I saw how true it was. The more I was being held in gratitude, the more the world mirrored that back to me. And those are the 3 steps to building your own rising routine. And I'm sure you can add in anything else in between there, such as journaling, getting a tea, or even if you need to take a shower, if you're one of those people who needs to take a shower before you can function, even doing that, or like brushing your teeth with the opposite hand you write in, that wakes you up. But a rising routine as far as taking care of your body and making sure you're good before you re-enter the world, anyone and everyone should have one of those. I think it's important, and I am just so glad that I had the chance to talk about this today. Before I had a rising routine that I was proud of, I was not a morning person. I was moody, I was grumpy, I did not want to talk to anybody. But now when I wake up, I'm like, wow, another day, another chance to be great. So if there's anything I want you to take away from this, it's this. The way you rise is the way you live. Give yourself peace. Give yourself grace. And most importantly, give yourself the joy of waking up in a way that makes you feel alive. Another day, another chance to slay. That's what I say. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And I hope that you have a great rest of your day and continue to consider how important your rising routine is to your daily life. Okay, talk to you next time. This has been Amayah Monáe with Monáe's Musings. And until we speak again, may your head and your heart speak with one voice. Peace.